Bam, bam. It is Monday. It is Insurrection Day, January 6th. This is when, this time 4 years ago, Donald Trump had lost the presidency. And he then stood on a platform and he insisted to his supporters that they go and turn against the government for this stolen election. And they all raced down to the Capitol building with their hats and their flags and their chaps and their tiki torches. And they went all the way down into our loved Capitol building and they attacked the building and they attacked the people inside of the building. They attacked our vice president and they attacked Nancy Pelosi and they attacked everybody while Uncle Thomas' wife was on the phone telling them to keep on going, and Donald Trump took mad minutes to then address his people and say, hey, y'all should go back home. Y'all got to stop doing all of this foolishness right now. Not that I want you to stop, but they say you should stop, so we should probably stop. So on this day, January 6th, history was made, and then a couple of weeks ago, y'all allowed that same man that did all of these poor things to come back into America and hold the highest office in the free land. And that is the story of how America failed again. That's your history lesson for today. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Oh, that was a rough. Well, that was rough.
Boy, I tell you, Tristan.
That was rough.
That was just 4 years ago, y'all. A measly 4 years ago. And then we said, you know what? That guy was kind of smart. He's qualified.
Who?
Let's elect him again.
Who? He's what? Who?
Let's do it again. We said let's do it again, and we did it again. And I am so sad for you guys. Terrible.
I'm sad.
Terrible.
For us too, man.
Terrible.
But we're gonna make the best out of it.
We are.
Everybody's scared as hell, though.
So, I don't know. Let's do a quick check-in first. Miss Tony is running a little late today, but she will be checking in the later half of the show. So don't you? We're a full team. We're here. We're here, ready to get started. Quick check-in, Mr. Tristan. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm whiter than white wall tires on a Cadillac and sitting on flats. I don't know.
Why are you white?
White wall tires.
Oh.
I'm whiter than white wall tires.
Oh, you're whiter.
Yeah. Whiter.
Oh, whiter.
That means clean.
Oh, clean. Okay. How was your New Year's situation?
I did. It was light. My New Year's was light. What did I do for New Year?
We were here.
We were here. It was light. We brought in the New Year's. We recapped all day long. We did the Lit Mix over here at Spark FM. Brought in the New Year. Then we did a couple of countdowns and went over happenings of 2024, and what we're looking forward to 2025, man.
Yeah. They want to know why you're sitting so flat.
I'm trying to fix it, people.
Where is Tristan? You guys tell me in the comment section, or you can call us up 617-272-3387. Tell us, how was your New Year's? Did you do anything fun? Anything eye-opening happening? Any revelation? Any revolution? Anything awesome happened? Did you get engaged? Did you find out you were pregnant? Did you get divorced? Did you take a vacation? What did you do? How was your vacation? What are you guys feeling for the New Year? Are you feeling good about it? Are you feeling good about the New Year?
That's a tough question. For the country, I don't know. The country's going to shit. But am I feeling good about myself? Yes. I'm trying to, it's a new year, so trying to have new energy, new outlooks, and trying to navigate differently.
I like those. I realize that I don't like the new year because I feel like there's a lot of pressure to reset and start over and make things and do better. And I feel like you start off like with these very intense goals and stuff like that, and you're really excited about them, but then they can
fall apart.
Yeah, they can fall apart. So I feel like I want to encourage people to not pressure themselves so much to have like the best year of their lives, and to kind of just do what you need to do to get through the year and then figure it out. But I don't want everybody to pressure themselves to make things so much different and be so drastic and be so, I'm rigid, I'm boundaries, I got this, I got that. Like, don't jump out the window. Take it easy. One day at a time. One day at a time. One day.
I had a meeting yesterday, and it was a insightful meeting. A couple of questions were asked, and I was like, it made me reevaluate myself. And I'm like, I think this is the year that I'm going to try to get representation for me as far as like a DJ and certain things, because I don't know how to represent myself. I know how to represent other people more than I represent myself. I'm trying to learn what works for me and what doesn't, and try to implicate me.
You got to build your brand. Yes. You got to slowly build your brand, get your little, marketing up. I'm by the end of this year, one of my goals is to turn every single person that is here into a business owner of some type.
Hello.
Every single one. I don't care if it's just a business for your show. Everybody will have a business. Oh, did you?
I registered with council.
Okay.
Taking baby steps.
Baby steps. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody just baby steps. How to eat an elephant one bite at a time. Hello. Remember that throughout the year. How to eat an elephant one bite at a time. Take it slow.
What that mean?
Like, if you have a really, really big task, the only way you're going to accomplish that task is you take it little by little. So you have to think about your task as an elephant. And the only way that you can eat that elephant is literally one bite at a time. You can't swallow it whole. You got to eat it one baby bite steps at a time until it's all gone. So if we all remember that and to just keep swimming, we might make it through 2025. That's where I'm at. Just keep swimming. And baby boy, steps. Is it
Remember
hard.
Baby Steps from one of my favorite movies. What About Bob?
And what is Thomas the Tank Engine? I think I can.
There you go.
These kind of things. You got to think positively. I'm going to think positively. Yeah. Today we got a lot of things to cover. We'll be talking about the Patriots. We'll be talking about the Cybertruck attack. We'll be talking about the nightclub shooting at Amazura. We'll be talking about all of those things in this show. We might go a little bit over, but if we do hit that line, Bobby Steels is up next for the Best Damn Midday Show. And then today is Monday, so we got Crystal Haynes and we got Badness Expensive throughout the day. So you guys got to just keep it locked right here to Spark FM Online. But in the meantime, let's go with this show. Let's go. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends.
You want speed? You want speed?
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM Online.
I tell them, sorry.
Classic dance song. Classic era.
I heard Beanie Man got his Visa back.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm not talking about his visa. What I'm talking about, I had a conversation over the weekend, and I'm like, Beanie Man hasn't had a solid hit record. Yes, he has classics, but he hasn't had a solid hit record in like 15 years. Not even like a video.
So let me ask that question. For people like the Beanie Mans, the Elephant Mans, the Buja Bantans and stuff like that. Well, Buja got mad albums and stuff right now. But for all those nostalgic people, is there still room for them to make, yeah.
Yes, because they have he has an iconic, many of them have iconic catalogs. But this is a different time, and I don't know, like, it depends on what city you're bringing them to for me. And I don't think Boston has, for Beanie Man, at this point, Boston has a pull for.
Well, yeah, we have to think of Boston not in this type of West Indian. We have to think about Boston more as a cultural hub, because white people love reggae.
Right.
And at a Beanie Man concert, I think we'll see less of our people and more of their people. So he could probably sell out just off the nostalgia alone.
Yeah.
But I feel like only certain one of them can do it. Like, do we have an artist compared to Beanie Man in the reggae world right now? It's not like, I feel like all the artists are more
Not
dance
right
hall.
Not right now.
Like, do we have any more reggae?
Beanie's dance hall. He's foundational dance hall.
Okay. Yeah. So like, interesting. So like, do we have any like that are
You would say super
cross-pollinated? No, newer.
Oh, newer.
Like in the new generation that is like a Beanie Man-esque.
No, these. I had that. This is one of the arguments I had over the weekend. Was that, Bounty Killer, Lady Saw, they were able to capitalize off of the pop market back in the day. Both of them have Grammys. Mm-hmm. They don't have Grammys from their own records, but they have Grammys when they did a feature with No Doubt. That was just Hey Baby with Bounty Killer. And Lady Saw, and I think that both of them are on that track, and they both were able to get Grammys from that. But these new ones aren't really capitalizing like that.
Yeah, I don't really see the artist development that I would want to see in any of the new ones or the new ones. It's just like, I got a hit song, I'm gonna do a show and a tour now.
Man, listen,
that's it. That's it.
It's very sad to see that. Also in dancehall, the ball has dropped because we come from a time where traditional dancehall, when they artists, when they went out to perform, they were like iconic performances, like where they know how to bring in the stage, they know how to control their voice, they have it's a whole full performance. You go to these dudes today and it's like, geez, what is going on?
What are you doing? Boring. But that's all to say that.
Not dancehall, it's lock hard.
Lock hard.
Yeah, man.
All right, so we're going to get into the news because we got a lot of around the way news to cover, and then we'll go into our national and our entertainment. If there's any stories that we've missed because we've been gone for a full week, please send it in the comment section and we'll peel it open, but I think we got most of them. We'll start with the around the way news and what is going on in the world. And we'll start with something a little bit, more on the WTF side. Raising Cane's, I think this is the new one that just is this. I don't think this is the new one. This is the one in Alston. So we know we have a couple of Raising Cane's now, one in downtown Boston, but the one in Alston, I think that's the original one. They are now shut down for a little bit because of a foul odor that was coming out of it. What would a foul, like what? Like trash, rat, what? Like what is the foul odor that could have been, that could have existed there? So there's a puzzling odor inside the Raising Cane's restaurant.
Raising Cane.
Oh, there we go, right here.
Hold on one second.
Inside the Raising Cane's restaurant in Boston's Alston neighborhood, eager customers were surprised to find the popular hotspot on Commonwealth Avenue near Boston University is suddenly shut down. And here is the clip right here.
Raising Cane's, the fast food chicken restaurant chain, has temporarily closed its Alston location. That's the one on Com Ave next to BU's West Campus. According to an inspection report, the reason for the shutdown is a foul stench in the dining area. The chain has been ordered to track down the source of that odor and clean it up before that store can reopen.
What the hell do you think is hard for to find the source of an odor? Where is it? You think somebody put a skunk in the ceiling loriment? I saw that in a movie once. That's crazy. Ew, what does it smell like? Boo boo? I don't want to talk about it.
That's not good for it. That's not a good look.
It's not a good look at all because that's nasty. And I bet y'all still gonna go, but if it was Slade's or something like that, then y'all have a big problem about it. But it's nasty odor in Cane's, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, we'll wait." No bad talk. Terrible. Boston police are warning about overdue parking ticket fees. Oh, it's a scam that they're warning about. Oh no. Text message sent to residents of the city of Boston about unpaid parking fees are a scam, police said in a warning issued Saturday evening. Please be advised that these messages were not sent by the city of Boston. In the message received by a Newsletter 5 employee, a phone number with an area code associated with Montreal sent an image that used the city's logo. The text in the image said their vehicle had an unpaid parking fee and that it must be paid to avoid late fees. Finally, the fraudulent message instructs victims to visit a .com website to pay the bill. We have blurred the web address to prevent spreading it further, so you can't find it from here. City official websites use a .gov suffix, including the page explaining how to pay real parking tickets. If you or someone you know who has been victimized by this type of crime, please call the people. I don't want anybody that I know to be victimized by this crime, because if any of you guys are paying tickets to a text message, I'm going to punch you in the head, because it's 2025 and y'all got to smarten up. Smarten up. Here goes the clip right here.
Right here.
And to avoid a late fee of $35, go to a link called parking-boston.com.
The scammers are getting smarter and smarter. It does look real. It looks very real. It looks very legit. And I'm sorry for the ones who actually went and paid.
It turns out many have paid it, according to Boston City Councilor Aaron Murphy, who is getting the word out.
A few things in the text that they sent looked real. You know, they had the City of Boston logo. The amount they used, I heard like $4.35 is a meter amount that some people do owe. That can quickly turn into, you know, fees of $20, $40, $60. So some people went right ahead and paid it because it was such a small amount.
We logged on to the scam website, parking-boston.com.
Oh, wow.
It's a knockoff of the cityofboston.gov website, where real parking tickets are paid for.
Wow.
So we decided to call the number, which is a Montreal-based phone number, and see if we could talk to an operator. Of course, it's a French-speaking operator who said they're not available at the moment. Other signs it's a scam is where the $ is on the text, to the right of 35, opposed to the left side. But most people we showed parking in town believe the text is real.
It looks about as official as it could get, yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, that's
Really?
that's weird. That's a trip.
It looks real, right?
Oh, it does look real. I would probably listen to it as, oh my God, I'd pay it.
I feel bad for the people that fall for it.
Boston police are warning people about the scam on their social media sites, but it's unclear how many have sent money to scammers targeting Bostonians.
They definitely know what they're doing. They make a lot of money off scamming people.
Wow.
Turns out a lot of people may have fallen for this. Now, if you have any questions, you can, of course, go to Boston City Hall, but you can also go online, boston.gov, to see if you owe any tickets. You can pay them online, but rest assured, the City of Boston would never text you about a parking ticket. They would send you those tickets via the U.S. mail. We're live in the Back Bay. I'm Ted Wayman, WCVB.
Man, that's scary. Did you see it? It looks so real. It's saying that pretty much you didn't pay your parking ticket. So it's a low dollar amount, like $4.35. So you get this, and it has like the official logo. It has a website, it has a phone number. It's telling you when you parked, and then you go, and then there's an exact replica of the City of Boston website that if you go to the link, it takes you to that website, and it almost looks like the regular one. Right. Except that you're paying this $4.35 to this random person, and that's crazy. That's so crazy. Wow. Let me see the comments. Wow. That is very, very crazy. $7 bill. I got one yesterday. The fee only said $4.30, but I know I didn't. I owe way more. Eben said people who fall for this are boneheads. It looks so real though. It looks mad real that if you're just quickly glancing at it, and I feel bad. I know the people that are paying for it are those people that see a bill and pay that bill easily. That's how I was when I first started being an adult. Every bill I got, within the minute that I got it, I was writing my little check and putting it in the mail. Boy, I was on top of it. Now it take me about 45 months to pay a damn bill. But yeah, those people that are just sitting there like, oh, I'm on the bus, I got a ticket. If you on the bus, you got a ticket. That's crazy. Pay your ticket right there. You just gave somebody $4.35 of your money, and they probably got access to your account now. And now you wiped out, and now you selling something strange on Blue Hill Ave, and that's crazy.
Oh no!
I'm sorry to hear that. That's wicked work. That's wicked. So be careful. Again, the City of Boston will never send you a text message about your tickets. So if you get one, it's not them. And it's always going to be .gov instead of .com because it is a government agency. A man is barricaded in his home in Hyde Park. So, okay. Let's see what the hood has got going on. A man barricaded himself in a home earlier Monday morning in the Hyde Park section of Boston, prompting a large response by the city's police department. A police spokesperson has confirmed. The incident began around 3:30 a.m. this morning at a home on Hopewell Road. Boston police said the suspect fired a round at some point during the incident. The man is the only person in the home, according to police. Community members are being urged to stay away from the area, and the situation remains ongoing. In these situations, maybe if there's any law enforcement people out there listening, in these situations, if he's the only one in the house by himself, why don't we just leave him in there? I mean, what he gonna do? Tear up the house and maybe hurt himself?
Because they don't know what's inside, so
like a bomb.
Mm-hmm. They just want to make sure he's safe.
But he seems like if I'm the only person in my house and I'm just making noise by myself, y'all need to leave me alone.
No, he fired a shot.
He fired a shot, but didn't hit nobody.
You can't be just fired.
Even though he's a danger to himself, isn't he a better danger to himself than a danger to others? You know, like, leave him in there. He eventually got to come out. And if he don't come out, just put a police car outside his house. If y'all see him open the door, come in, somebody stun gun him, tase him up, and then bring him in for questioning. You know, I don't know. I think I'd be a terrible policeman. Like, up, speeding, up. You should slow down. Let's see the story, because that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, well, I hope they found him. He's not been taken. I don't by now. Is he still in there? Is he still in their house?
No, he's not. They don't lock it down overnight like that. Like, not for 24 hours.
No, it was just like 3:20 this morning. So have they been able to successfully bring him out the house, or is homie still in the house acting up? Because I want to know. Maybe I can go over there after the show and talk to him, be like, hey, we were talking about you today on the radio. Just wanted to see, what the hell is going on and why you in there wilding out.
I got faith in you.
It's January 6th, 2025. You could, you don't gotta do this.
I don't think you should bring that up.
No, it's like insurrection. Yeah. Down to the city hall. A daily table in Mattapan Square will be closing down, or is officially closed down. I'm not sure, because it was a big deal when it first opened. A nonprofit grocery store in Mattapan Square will close its doors this weekend or this past weekend. Daily Table, located on the ground floor of the Loop building on River Street, will shut down at the end of the day on Saturday, January 5th, according to a letter sent to the customers by CEO Sasha Purpura. Oh, Lord. Sasha Purpura. The non-profit grocery chain's original store in Dorchester's Codman Square will stay open. The chain operates 3 other shops, were opened in Cambridge, Roxbury, and Salem. Purpura said the store at 474 River Street, which opened in 2023, saw very few customers, up to 70% fewer than the other locations. I wonder why that was. The decision to close the store was made after careful consideration and reflects our commitment to ensuring that every dollar entrusted to us by our funders and supporters has a maximum social impact. Last fall, the chain went public with the decision to temporarily pause its Double Up Food Bucks program at 4 of its 5 locations in September after it failed to get grant funding that previously supported the program. I heard that the food over there is expensive. That's what I heard. Sorry. Go ahead. I heard that the food over there is very expensive. So I'm wondering if people went in there, saw that the food is expensive, and was like, "Oh, I could probably get my food from somewhere else."
Imagine what that rent is, though. And I thought, but also that's a terrible location. That's a terrible location for a grocery store.
The Loop is
right. The parking lot that the MBTA parking lot used to be.
Oh,
right there. Where there's traffic.
Is there parking? Because they took all the parking out.
Right. They got rid of all the parking. There's hella traffic there, and it's just out of sight, out of mind. It's not like in the square, like a farmer's market or whatever. What is it called? What's the farmer's market called now? America's Food Basket. Yes.
Because then I think about places like downstairs, America's Food Market, and they seem to be thriving, and we don't necessarily have parking over here, but it more is a more convenient store. Right. I need to run in real quick, and they have everything down there. So I'm wondering why something like that wouldn't be able to continue on itself. So that is interesting.
It's unfortunate that they're building these new buildings, and that's going to become something that's going to be more frequent. Building these new buildings that's mixed use and not being able to afford the rent after a certain point in time.
Child, it's only going up from here. Mm-hmm. It's only going up from here. The big story for today is last night, there was breaking news that the Patriots fired Coach Gerard Mayo just after one season. Boy, like I was telling Tristan, he was getting these black people in here and they getting them right out after. So this is crazy. You play the clip into this this video right here. Yes, Gerard Mayo, 2 down. Yep, that one right there. After just one season, they have let my mans go, and that is crazy. That is very, very crazy. In the meantime, a lot of people understand. I saw from Boston Patriots fans' perspective that it was warranted because he wasn't such a good coach coming right after Bill Belichick. Go to this clip real quick, and then I will go in.
Oh, I got you. All right, here we go. Here's a clipiando. I'm not sure what this clip is of. Let's play this back though. For the people that's listening online, we're watching a clip from the game, yesterday's game. Buffalo Bills versus the New England Patriots.
This is just a little piece of the game?
Yeah, it's just a piece of the game.
So, Foxborough, Mass, when the New England Patriots hired Gerard Mayo as a head coach on January 17th, 2024, owner Robert Kraft expressed his optimism about and excitement in this new chapter in the franchise. Turns out there was only one chapter, as Mayo's tenure lasted one season, with the team announcing it is moving on shortly after Sunday's 23-16 win over Buffalo Bills. The Patriots finished 4-13 under Mayo. Kraft handpicked Mayo as Bill Belichick's successor after 24 seasons, citing his knack for connecting with the young generation of players and bringing people together. Fearing he would lose Mayo to another team after he interviewed with the Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders, and Philadelphia Eagles, Kraft wrote succession language in Mayo's contract while Mayo was serving as a linebackers coach under Belichick. But Kraft is now aborting those plans to move in a new direction. Here's a look at why the decision was made and what's in store for the Patriots offseason. So before I get into those things, the facts about the matter, how do you guys feel about Gerard Mayo being let go after just one season? Like, he didn't even make it to his anniversary date. Black man, family man, been in Boston for a while. It was his first time being a head coach of a really big franchise. They didn't have a very good record at all. They pretty much, sucked. So let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about them letting go? I posed the question yesterday on my Facebook page, and there was a lot of response from people, just kind of saying that it was a setup. They set him up for failure because the team was really bad even before he got there, and they was trying to figure out how to make it right. A lot of people said that, like, he wasn't ready necessarily for that big of a franchise coming right off of Belichick. Let me know what you feel. Caller, you are live on air.
I think he was set up for failure. I think
it's a birthday boy. How you doing, birthday boy?
Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Listen though. I appreciate that, but I really think he was set up for failure. I think Robert Kraft is very racist. and he didn't have an opportunity to present himself. I bet you the next head coach be white.
I mean, yeah.
I bet you that.
You think Kraft is racist?
Yeah,
I don't think
would
I've ever
so.
heard this sentiment before.
Listen, 1 year he didn't have no opportunity for success. He came in here with nothing to be in a position to win. So now,
I was asking.
that's crazy.
I was asking my friend yesterday. Like if in these kind of situations, when you give a coach like a team for the first time, really just coming off of the coach's bench, not necessarily because he was working with the Patriots before. Like, there's nothing in the clause that they want things to be turned over in the first year, or do they give it a little chance, in general, for the coach to get acclimated to a team? It's been a year.
So they put stipulations in for players and coaches. If you don't meet the criteria, they eliminate you. But this situation in particular, he didn't have an opportunity because he didn't have a mobile quarterback. 2, he didn't have an opportunity to even draft anybody or get what he wanted or change or trade anybody because Bob Kraft did everything for him. If it was a white man, he wouldn't have had that power.
See, thank you for saying that. I don't know I don't really follow the foosball and things like that, so I don't really understand. I just saw that there was a lot of people, just really upset at most likely him though. Like, a lot of the fans on the ground were more likely mad at Mayo for not being the type of coach that, like we bigged him up to be. Thank you for calling. Let me read some of these comments. Anna says, problem is, go up a little bit. Go up. So, yep, a little bit up. Right here. Right. He didn't stand a chance with that team. Mike Nice said, why do you believe that, Mike? Anna said, I was hoping they'd give him another year since they were rebuilding. That's what I thought were going to happen too. Like, I thought that because they were rebuilding the team, that he would have a little bit more grace to get things done. Problem is, Kraft is tight-fisted. He needs to shell out the money to get players to come here. Why 2 men on the phone at the... Sir, he was the ugly sister they didn't really want. We all know he was gonna get fired anyways. The players could have laid down all the way down. Just all the way down. The players could have laid down at the last game, but some of them probably didn't want to be there anyways. And a whole bunch of happy birthdays. From what I heard, 2 things I heard. I heard he was supposed to win 4 games. So he did win 4 games. I heard he was not supposed to win the last game that he played because that would have made us to be the worst player in the worst team in the league, which would have given us first draft pick of anybody that we wanted. I guess the better player. Because he won the game, we are not the worst team, which is so crazy. So that means we got pushed up to 4th round pick, which just eliminated our chance for building the roster bigger. So I'm not sure if what I'm saying is right, but tell me what you guys think. Call up, whatever. But according to this article, they're saying, why wasn't he given more time? Kraft had acknowledged that there would be growing pains in Mayo's first late year, in part because he inherited one of the least talented rosters in the NFL. But the tolerance to live with those pains seemed to lessen as things unraveled over the final month of season. The Patriots had the NFL's latest bye, which is week 14, and the hope was to build momentum ahead of 2025. Instead, the team played with lower level urgency in a 30-17 road loss to the Arizona Cardinals coming out of the bye, and then no-showed 2 weeks later in a 47 home loss to the Los Angeles Chargers, in which fans of the barely half-filled stadium chanted "Fire Mayo." See, it's the fans that wanted him gone more. I see. Mayo's erratic messaging with the media and linebacker Jelani Tavai telling fans to know their place and not boo Mayor were among off-field issues for ownership to assess. We
have
go ahead.
Mayo's conference.
Yes, let's go to his conference and see what he's saying. And we're only staying here right now because it is Boston trending. Eben said, what if it was an Asian man? Would it be different? No. If you suck, you suck. And I think that's where a lot of people are resting their coattails on. He was not a good coach. He just was not good. And I think it was just like first year jitters. Don't you think so? I think it was first year jitters. Did he?
Do you expect to be back next year? Do you feel like you deserve to be back next year?
For me, it's all about just this game. To go back to the start, it's all about this game and about that tomorrow.
What would you say to fans that are upset that today's win prevented you guys from getting the number 1 overall pick?
Look, anytime we step foot, and I've said this over the past couple of weeks, as a player, as a coach, we always want to go out there and win.
We didn't see Jelani Tavai play the first quarter. Was that disciplinary for his comments?
Look, we went into the game with the plan, and went out there and executed. So.
That's right over here. What went into the decision to sit Drake May after the first series?
It was my decision, coach's decision.
What were some of the factors for Jelani's case and Drake's that led you to those decisions?
Yeah, all those things are internal, and I'd rather keep it that way.
Based on how you guys handled the game today and played to win, that there was some conversation had with ownership prior to the game. Did they at any point this week tell you how they wanted you to handle this one?
Not at all. It just goes back to, look, anytime we step foot on the field, we want to win.
How do you reconcile if you're going to go in the game to play the game to win, not playing your number 1 quarterback for most of it?
I think I've said all year we need to see, as the season goes on, what we actually have, and it was good to get Joe out there.
Isn't that different than trying to do everything you can to win, though?
We won the game, and Joe was our quarterback.
How would you best summarize this year, and did you learn maybe that the team is a little bit further away than you were anticipating?
I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, tomorrow we'll have a lot of time to talk about those things, but tonight it's all about these guys going out there winning the football game.
If only he knew that he didn't have till tonight.
So this was before he got fired?
Welcome, Miss Tony!
This was before he got fired?
That was before he got fired right before he got fired. Probably a couple hours before he got fired. He didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be. He checked out. What I saw was
so they're done for the season.
They're done for the season.
Okay.
Yeah, that last game was their last game. Mm-hmm. If they had lost it, they would have got first round pick.
I wonder if there was any talks before this, with them, we're considering da 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 da, and maybe that's why his body language was the way it was. And I couldn't imagine that he would. I don't know. Maybe he already knew what his fate was.
I mean, from the questions that he's saying right now, like how he's answering, there was there any talks about you guys not winning this game? He was like, Our goal is always to win. Well, your goal can't always be to win if you had a 4-16 record. I don't know if that's your goal, but I guess I would have liked to see him last. But I believe also in if something is not good for something, maybe it's time for him to go. And I think that the Patriots are in a weird position right now where they're probably going to have to completely build everything from scratch, from coach to general. That's another thing they say. The general manager should have been fired as well. Elliot, Wolf, because he's not good at whatever thing is, but he's still on, and I don't know. The talent wasn't up to par. No way they were going to win. I'm sure he heard the rumblings about firing him before the game.
Yeah. That's it. I feel like it's just embarrassing because this is just such the fall of a great empire. Like, this dynasty has fallen, and the only good thing about it is once you're down, the only place you have to go is up. So hopefully they can recover. This is awful.
Yeah, you're right. It's the embarrassment part from us because this made such big history.
Yeah,
this made history across the globe.
Yeah,
everybody knew Gerard Mayo's name. He was this black man coming to the New England Patriots, one of the biggest franchises. Yeah. And for him to get fired after the first season, I think that's a hard hit just on that black man's ego and a lot of different things.
I hate that they put it out as he was fired. Say he was let go or they parted ways, but to be
from Kraft's statement, Kraft wasn't even trying to sugarcoat nothing. Yeah. He was like, today we decided to let him go.
Yeah.
He gotta go today, right now.
They're tending to forget that the Patriots were a losing team for a very long time.
True.
Listen, everybody is spoiled because the Patriots won for so long. Yeah, we definitely are. I mean, we won for a long time.
Yeah.
And then now just, it's disgraceful.
I mean, it was the same thing with the Red Sox too. Like for a long time, it was like 35 years we didn't win nothing, and then one time we won the championship, and then we won it like 2 years after, and then we ain't won it again since. Not yet. You give us an inch, we gonna take that mile.
Well, thank goodness we got the Celtics.
I mean, and they're a healthy looking team right there. People dress up in costume to raise money for the ALS with polar plunge in Boston.
Yes, they went to jump in at the ocean.
I just can't do it. I follow this lady on Facebook, and her name is Anna DePina, and I think she works in this into this workout stuff, and they go into these ice cold pools for like 30 seconds, and I'm like, I would never be able to do that. So these people, good thing they dressed up this year so they have a little bit of warmth, but it's always a phenomenon for me to watch people go into the cold plunging ice, especially with the degree. I didn't even get into the degree today.
Y'all ready?
Yes,
Y'all
let's
ready?
see.
You brace for it? Everybody ready?
I'm cold already.
Here we go.
Well, I tell you, I'm freezing.
Freezing temps were the order of the day at Carson Beach in Saucy. Perfect conditions for a swim. Okay, maybe not perfect, but that didn't stop a group of folks from taking the plunge to remember a woman who died from ALS and to raise money in her name to find a cure. Here's WBZ's Logan Hall.
Folks at Carson Beach are polar plunging for ALS. I had the chance to talk to the people who started this polar plunge, and they tell me it is a very personal cause to them. A polar plunge in freezing temperatures. It may sound crazy, but it's for a good cause.
Event that we've done again 4 years now in honor of my mom to raise funds for ALS, a disease that she passed away from in 2022. And to see this many friends and family continue to come out and support us is, the best feeling in the world.
Danny Nally and his sister Betsy McKenna started the Rally for Nally Polar Plunge 4 years ago. And now over 100 participants show up to dive in. This year, the event raised over $42,000.
People really love the fun aspect of this event too. So while it can be, emotional, and you wish your mom could be here to witness it, you definitely feel her presence through all of the fun that comes along with it.
Costumes are encouraged, particularly lots of blonde curly wigs to honor Kathy Nally. It feels like a celebration, and Danny says it's important to have fun events like this one to help raise awareness for the cause. But
wicked. Would y'all do it?
But no. Haven't they been doing the polar plunge isn't that just a traditional thing? He said they've been doing it for 4 years for this lady. So when did it?
They probably, I think they have probably a few different ones. Maybe, I don't know.
A few different ones of plunging into the freezing cold. That sounds crazy to me.
Evans, what is your problem?
He is disturbed human being.
What's wrong with him?
What Evans say?
He saw me in the news jumping in the cold water because I have on this blonde curly wig. And what if the woman was a prostitute? What would the people do to commemorate her? Shut up. Goodbye. I hung up on you.
And then over the weekend while we were gone, there was some pressing stories that we wanted to get to. One of the things that went viral here in Massachusetts was a video of a woman, a road rage incident where a large man picked the small woman up and body slammed her on her back hole. A Rhode Island man is under arrest after police said he body slammed a woman in an apparent case of road rage in Massachusetts on Friday morning. The victim says it's a miracle that the situation was not worse. She's in a lot of pain, but also thankful to be home after being body slammed into the ground in a disturbing video. By the time that I realized I was in the air and thought to myself, I might die right here, right now. The apparent road rage attack, which happened in Attleboro, was so violent that source says it is wonder that she is home from the hospital. Tristan is going to pull up the video right now.
Did we ever get the real story of what happened here?
No.
Who started it?
Let's get into
Tonight,
it.
the victim told me it is a miracle this wasn't worse. She's in a lot of pain, but thankful to be home after being slammed to the ground. And we have to warn you, the video is disturbing to watch.
By the time I was realizing I was in the air, and I thought to myself, I might die right now.
The road rage attack was so violent, Haley Suarez says it's a wonder she's home from the hospital. This morning, police say a man is seen on cell phone video snatching the petite mom of 2 young kids out of her car, picking her up and then slamming her head first on the ground.
It was like a weird sensation I felt on my face. And that's when I realized I was on the ground and I rolled over and there was blood dripping all over my hands.
And pictures showed the brutal aftermath. Haley suffered a very serious injury to her skull and eye socket. Her knee and foot are broken.
Wow.
She says she couldn't move them.
All I could think was I'm probably never going to be able to walk again. I can't even tend to my kids. I can't even walk up a staircase. I can't put my own sock on my foot.
We're getting a second 911 call and they're saying there's a fight involved there. 306, we need an ambulance here.
And all that violence for what? Investigators say the victim had just been an offender bender with the suspect, Gladiator Quasia.
He was just being a jerk off on the road.
Haley says she accidentally hit his car from behind along Route 1 and Route 1A. After the crash, witnesses say Quasia banged on Haley's car, yanked her from her car, and that's when he grabbed and threw her down on the pavement.
I don't know if he was having a bad day. I don't know what that was. But if that's the type of person he is, then I don't think he belongs in society with the rest of us.
Given how Haley's day started, she's thankful she can see her 1-year-old and 8-year-old children again.
Nothing else really matters in life except for the people you love that are close to you.
That suspect is facing several charges, including assault and battery. Haley is just asking the community to pray for her to recover and for everybody to be kind to one another. In Attleboro, Tammy Machasa, WBZ News.
Boy, I don't ever want to get slammed like that on my head. Boy, I tell you.
There were so many... He must be from her. Shut up. There were so many stories in the comments. People were saying that she attacked him first.
Yeah, I was seeing.
But then in the story just now, they said that he went up to her car and pulled her
snatched
out
the car.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a longer video other than that, and I've never seen a longer video at that to give a better picture of what actually happened or if but what kind of rage do you have to be in to snatch somebody out their car? Or when you saw that she was a very tiny little woman who could only probably kick at your niches, why would you pick her up like that and slam her down like she was a Raggedy Ann doll?
Did they mention how tall he is? Because he looks like a giant.
His name is Gladiator.
I know. Yeah, his name is definitely Gladiator.
They named him Gladiator because he was born big and he's never been a small. He's probably been that same age since he was birthed. That same size.
Big man come from
big.
Yeah, this is the situation. Did she spit on him? Like, what did she do
exactly
to make him react like that?
Yeah, because I don't see, like, from what we saw in the video, it would look like even if she came swinging all the fists at his big self, it probably would have connected with his torso, which probably wasn't going to hurt him so much. For you to literally lift her over your head and slam her on her face is crazy. It's very crazy to me.
He needs to be beat.
He do. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll have a very special visitor stopping by. We have the good people from Embrace Boston because we know that MLK Day is coming up and there's lots of stuff going around there, and we want to make sure the community is knowledgeable about all of the great festivities and everything that's going on. So keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, homeownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag, it is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read, it is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing. Visit us at the Mattapan at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Did you know that you can now get a standard Massachusetts driver's license regardless of your immigration status? To get help with your application, a list of all required documents, and your by-appointment scheduling, visit mass.gov/WFMA. Your license is your way forward, so why not get started today? Register now at mass.gov/WFMA or call 857-368-WFMA.
Spark FM.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when it's my heart died. And even though we both came,
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
I me no stop love how the girl them flex. The hand close and make a next girl fix. Me no stop love how the...
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. This is Saucy and Friends in the Morning. Rockstone Triz, Miss Tony B. Knowin, and your girl, Miss Hot Sizzling Sauce. And we're kicking off the new year in a great way. We will be embracing each other and bringing in the new year correctly because the world is going mad. So we still need to find community in a lot of things. So we brought our good friend, Imari Jeffers. Paris, Jeff. Wrong, just wrong. I'm gonna stick with Imari. From Embrace Boston, the CEO of Embrace Boston. Can you introduce yourself again and just remind us what Embrace is all about and, what is the mission of this great organization?
Well, my neighborhood, I got to rep is Hyde Park. So I got to shout Hyde Park.
Congratulations on the bridge.
I was about to say, I drove by the bridge this morning. They adjusting the light. I was so happy. Everybody knows that
when
bridge.
We were in Hyde Park, it was like a campaign that we ran on every day. We were like,
fix the bridge. Down right after we got there, just right after we got there.
It's been down for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, my God.
Yeah.
So I missed the celebration of the opening of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But it's open now. I'm driving through it. So
I can't. I've been meaning to literally just drive to Hyde Park to go over the bridge because I'm like, at this point, it's something for all of Boston. Like it's so funny how one little tiny bridge could make such a stink in a complete town.
And
you know,
nothing like driving on new pavement either, right? It feels good on your tires,
right? Yeah, it's a little scary, huh?
I'm excited about it. So congratulations to Hyde Park.
Yeah,
and how long have you been a resident of there?
Man.
Mad long.
Like a long time.
Yeah.
That's my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like Hyde Park is, and I know people are gonna hate me for this. Hyde Park is the new Roxbury.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I'm
kind of whispering that because I don't want to get beat up on the way.
Say it loud, because when we were there, I just felt like Fairmont would end up being like the black. What is it? Like black, the black Mecca or some type of way.
We're trying to make it. I mean, we got a couple restaurants out there, a couple things going on, but we're trying to make it that way. So Hyde Park is where I'm from, but Embrace is all citywide, right?
Yeah.
And people know us from the MLK Monument, and we do art and culture and research and policy, and we focus on Black folks.
Yeah, and I know you guys had a few reports that have come out that really kind of shed light on, research being done in Boston. Boston's such a historical city, period.
Yes.
There's so much has happened here. Even the fact that, the Embrace Monument is modeled after MLK and Coretta, and how important, because they met here. Yeah. Like here. Things that right. How they connect.
And on a new monument with some other folks, it should be done this June. It won't be in Boston. It'll be with a group of activists and leaders in Great Barrington. W.E. Du Bois, who was the founder of the NAACP, first black man to get his PhD from Harvard. So this will be our second monument.
Oh wow!
So we're trying to put public art that represents black folks, black men, black women. Black culture in our city. The Daughters of the American Confederacy put 430 monuments between 1910 and 1930. 430 Confederate monuments were built between 1910 and 1930. We're trying to build 50.
Wow!
And so
just here in Mass,
we're starting off in Mass, but I think there's monuments that represent Black culture that should be erected all over the country. So we're starting here because we're from here, but we hope to expand in other cities.
And at the same time, I was watching a documentary the other day about a Black-owned company. I can't remember where they were, but they've been contracted to take down a lot of the monuments that are being replaced.
Yes.
A lot of slave masters, a lot of, people who had a lot to do with people being suppressed and all kinds of different things. So it's interesting that you guys are building, and this other Black company is doing their historical part to take down things that don't represent America.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do both. When we see positive images around us, when we see ourselves represented in the public, in public art, in monuments and memorials, they work on our subconscious. They are what we call analog cookies. They work in the background. They shape the way that we think about the world, and so we want to build more of those.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. With the new administration coming into office in the next couple of weeks, Embrace is going to be more so relied upon heavier to bring community and actually, make sure that we have the history, we are, staying together. What's in store for you guys moving forward with this new administration?
I mean, Boston, we feel so lucky. There's organizations like the Partnership, BECMA, us, Boston While Black, the Urban League, the League of Community Service Centers. There's a history of Black leadership, Black civil rights organizations. Boston has 5 or 6 really strong ones, and then tons of community, local based ones. It is going to be important for us to continue to work, for us to illuminate Black holiday, Black joy. The MLK holiday is important. It wasn't until the year 2000 that all 50 states actually celebrated the MLK holiday. It's hard to believe.
Wow.
2000.
Really?
Not all 50 states celebrated the holiday.
I think I remember that too. Like when it wasn't like so national holiday, it was just like you could get it off if you want to.
Yeah, and it was in '83 where it was recognized.
Floating holiday for so many people.
That's right. That's right. In '83 it was recognized as a federal holiday, but not all 50 states wanted to celebrate. In some states down south, they celebrated as Lee and King Day. So Robert E. Lee's birthday is close to Martin Luther King. So they cluster it up.
Oh, that's nice. Put them all together.
So it's crazy. So, it's only been 25 years where this holiday has been celebrated by all of the states. And so we want to continue to illuminate Black joy and Black love. And this couple who met here in Boston in the 50s, it's important that Boston illuminates this history.
Yeah. And then the thing is, for this year, too, the inauguration is on Martin Luther King Day.
That's right. It's the day after our MLK event.
That's what I was about to say. Like, this is, it's so interesting how that aligned that way, but it, it's forces against each other. It's one that stood for, inclusion and opportunity, and another one who is literally for privilege, and I don't know what he's for, but whatever. Disruption. Disruption.
But you mentioned your MLK event, so can you tell us about that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so it's the 19th. This is the third annual MLK celebration, our Friends and Family Sneaker Gala, and we consider it in a cluster. So on that Friday with the ACLU, there'll be a gathering at the Embrace Monument. Our event, of course, will be Sunday night. The next day, you have the MLK breakfast, which is the longest standing MLK breakfast in the country.
In the country.
And then that evening, the Boston Children's Chorus MLK concert. And so this is how Boston celebrates the weekend with these three incredible events and some other smaller pop-up events that are happening.
I love this because, again, one of the things that we stress here is the fact that Boston is always complaining a lot that they don't know about things. But just in that one weekend alone, there are 3 large events that people can go in and find fellowship and community with each other and kind of just literally embrace because we're gonna need a lot of embracing in the next couple of years. Tell us what the Sneaker Gala is and what that is supposed to do. Where is it at? Is it still open? How do people get tickets? All the things.
Yeah, one of the things when we think about another Massachusetts hero like Frederick Douglass, he was one of the most photographed Black folks, people during that time, and it was important that he, when he was photographed, maintain an image of strong, positive, serious Black folks, right? Because those images weren't available. And so what we don't know and what we haven't realized until now, there are so many photographs of Dr. and Mrs. King kissing, embracing and hugging and in love. And we always think about MLK and civil rights speeches.
Standing up on a podium.
But we oftentimes forget that they were a young couple that met in the 50s, that were in love. They were a Black family that started their story here in Boston. And so it is about imagery of Black love, focused on couples doing the work together, and so that is what we want to hope. And I think in these moments, joy is one of the things that are extracted, right? Because there's so much heaviness in the world, the environment, the crisis that happened in New Orleans, where this individual ran through crowds on New Year's Day, all sorts of violence, right? And so, we started the conversation talking about all this tension. And so we want to make sure that we begin the year with Black joy and Black love. And so we are celebrating 5 amazing couples, from the Patricks to the Bakers. So please, folks should come down, join us if they're interested. The information is on our website, and if they're interested in being scholarship, they should definitely click the link on the website and just reach out. And we want to make sure that this is an inclusive event.
So some of the people that they are honoring: former Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker and First Lady Lauren Baker, former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick and First Lady Diane Patrick, Sandra and John M. Borders, Jill. They've been around. That's a Morning Star.
That's right.
Yeah, they are iconic. Jill Mevido and Richard Kazis and Dr. Thea James and Rev Irvine Monroe. So this is, like some heavy, prestigious names in the city of Boston. A lot of people don't know who these people are. So if there's a chance for you guys to go to the ball, make sure that you go and meet some of these people and find out who your legacy leaders are in the community. Go ahead. No,
I had a conversation with one of my friends yesterday, and we were talking about a lot of new right now we see that a lot of people are representing Boston, black representation in Boston more than any other time that I know of. I want to know if you think that we're doing a good job at it, because we all know the stigma. Oh, does Boston have black people? Do you think that you have Beckma, you have Embrace, you have a lot of black wealth going on with the restaurant owners, dispensary owners? Right now, and a lot of people are in time, the mayor's cabinet. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, we always got more to do, right? And you have to imagine we haven't always been here, and I think you're absolutely right. We're in a moment where there is an abundance of black leadership, but we haven't been here. This group hasn't been in the influence position for that long, and so there's going to be some times when many of us make mistakes, small hiccups. We you know, we're learning a little bit. We're fortunate that we stand on the shoulders of giants, like a Mel King, like a Hubie Jones, like a Melnia Cass. But this group is new, right? There's never been an opportunity for the type of cannabis wealth that could occur. You know, many of our long-standing legacy black nonprofits are not here, and so many of us are rebuilding the organizations that you mentioned, that I mentioned earlier too. I mean, relatively new organizations. Most of us are less than 10 years old as organizations, been doing the work for a long time, but 10 years old as organizations. And so we're still trying to build the infrastructure. We still have work to do. And, you know, there's probably people that still need to be included in the conversation. And so, you know, the work is trying to include as much people in the conversation Boston, the Caribbean. We have folks who are from the continent. So we are a diversity. We have Latin, African folks. We are a diversity of black folks in this city. And so we're very fortunate in that way.
And just a quick little, speaking of diversity, you guys diversified pretty heavy this year too with a new festival, Con Salsa?
Yes. You know, we this was our first salsa event where we want to focus on Afro-Latinos. Afro-Latinos, in one of our research, we talked about black Latinos, black folks who speak Spanish are the highest growing number.
Shout out to my mother.
Of black folks in Massachusetts. And so many people say, oh, well, the black population is shrinking in Massachusetts. It's actually not. You know, and to be quite honest, Haitians are also Latinos. And so we oftentimes don't include Haitians. When we think about Latinos, we think about the Caribbean islands. Haitians are also Latinos. And so black folks, black Latinos are the highest growing. Afro-Latinos are the highest group, increased group in Massachusetts. And so we wanted to do something to represent all of the ways in which black people show up.
I love that you said that, because we come from Afro-Latino history too. Our parents are Honduran. And so, you know, like we're seeing, even us, like during carnival time, we're seeing all these flags that are popping up all the time everywhere. And the population is growing. And I love Boston for that, because it is so diverse. We just have a little bit of everything here. So it's really great. And I'm really excited about the work that Embrace is doing, especially kicking it off with the sneaker ball that is going down on the 19th. That's Sunday the 19th. If you want to attend or find out more information, you go to embraceboston.org. Again, embraceboston.org. And as a little FYI, everybody start looking at the websites that you go into. We talked about scamming earlier today. Org for organizations, org for the city and the government. So make sure that you're paying attention to, you know, just websites and stuff like that. But go on to the Embrace website. They have lots of activations, lots of information that you guys can find out and read about. You can also donate to the organization if you believe in the cause, and start coming out to more of these events where you can connect with the people in your neighborhood. In the neighborhood and in your city, and figure out what is happening and how you can be a better citizen here. Any last words for the people that you want to know other than the sneaker ball? After that, you guys have the in June, you guys have the block party, and pretty much a full week of activations
for
events.
Juneteenth. We also we have the white party celebrating another group of heroes, and so everyone we acknowledge and honor during the celebrations will be the next group of folks on our next monument. And so we are building our next monument in Boston. Will hopefully it won't hopefully, it will be in Roxbury, but will hopefully be a hero that most of us recognize. I don't want to say it.
We're going to get the exclusive later when you get closer.
I was about to slip, but like if Greg was here, he would be giving me the eye, and I saw it metaphorically, the little devil of Greg Ball on my shoulder. So
big up Greg.
Yeah, I was about to say it, but I know he was like looking at me through this radio.
When is that going to happen around?
You know, part of it is the P3 project that we are a part of.
Oh, I was about to say P3 down there.
Yes, and so it is five or six towers of industry, residences, and a cultural center, and so it's about 31,000 square feet of space, and then a monument park and a major sculpture the size of the Embrace. The Du Bois Monument is human size, so it is,
a smaller one.
It's a smaller monument, but the next monument in Roxbury will be a similar magnitude of the Embrace.
Well, well, obviously that's our segue to invite Amari back closer to that time where we're about to unveil the monument and the design for P3. We're gonna have P3 people coming in here to talk to you guys about what is going down there to keep you abreast and updated about all the structuring and everything that's happening. Because these days you're driving down Boston, you're like, when did they put that there?
Yeah, if you're gone for a couple weeks, you come back and it's like half a building.
I was like, really?
Seriously?
It's traumatic. It's traumatic.
Yeah.
When they put that there?
It's like they're putting whole villages in.
Yes.
That was a parking lot.
And we gotta make sure that we include it in those villages, and that these buildings are built for us, especially when they are in our neighborhood, and that we are involved in the process.
Absolutely.
So the P3 process is a process which the Roxbury community will be involved in. It is the last undeveloped urban renewal parcel, and so there was a whole neighborhood there that was raised in the 50s, and black and brown and other folks lost their homes to put a highway there, and so this 7.8 acre parcel of land has not been developed since the 50s, and activists like Chuck Turner and others stopped a highway project from being built in the middle of our community.
Wow.
A new orange line was built, and that's the orange line that we know now. And so it's an
documentary
opportunity
on that on YouTube.
That's
right.
That's
I remember
right.
you were telling us about that, Trace.
That's right.
This is great. I'm really excited. Again, go to the website embraceboston.org. Find out how you can get tickets to the sneaker ball and just join the mailing list. If anything you do, just join the mailing list so you can stay abreast to what's going on. We're gonna do our part to make sure that you guys know all these things and bring the right people in here to talk to you about them. Amari, thank you so much for just taking the time out to speak to our audience about what's going on.
Me. Love and appreciate y'all always. Thank you. Happy New Year.
We're gonna play the sneaker ball recap in the comment section as we go to right before we go to commercial break. So it's fun, people. You meet everybody, you see everybody, you got on great kicks. Everybody's like, "Ooh, what those are?"
It's
and
a
you got all excited. It's a family
in January.
Any special? Last year, you guys had Jazzy Jeff.
And we had Jazzy Jeff year one. We had DJ Chubby Chub.
Yep.
DJ Envy is on slate to be
our DJ Envy.
But also a slate of amazing local folks that people love and party to probably every Friday, Saturday. So they'll see some DJs that
see
that
Slick
they
Vic
love.
up there.
That's shout out to Slick Vic. Spoke up him. No, this looks great. This looks like a very, very fun time. I'm looking at the sneakers. I'm already going through my mental Rolodex of my sister's sneaker stash to figure out what I'm supposed to wear. And it's gonna be a great time. What are you shaking your head about?
Get out of my closet.
No.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was gonna go down. I didn't want to say nothing.
I'm gonna go right in there and be like, open the door, Mom. I'm coming in. Make sure people, you guys go and visit the sneaker ball. Have a good time. You guys do some great things. Amari, thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple weeks. And you'll obviously be back to give us that exclusive. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the Morning, Embrace Boston. We'll see you guys in a few. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back. Oh, I'm going to go to that.
I know, this looks like so much fun.
Listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
It's crazy.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
Radio. New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio.
Spark FM.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Spark FM.
You don't make it ring, 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 ring. I can't keep this on the low.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Can't ride with me, can't ride with she. She my type of B, me have that type of G. She don't come easy, get the money.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Everybody shout. Everybody shout.
Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, we are back in the building. We were just talking to Amari Paris Jeffers, and we were talking to him about everything that's going on with Embrace Boston
What is that?
and so many other things. What's that?
What happened?
I don't know. And so many other things. Make sure that you guys are finding out information about how to get to that sneaker ball on January 19th. It is on a Sunday. So make sure that you guys find some cute kicks. Get a little outfit, a little dress, a little tuxedo. And
they was dressed up in that video.
In the prom.
Yeah.
I don't have no prom. I'm gonna find me a long prom.
I like that.
Yeah, that look nice. That looking nice.
Encourages me to
step up your game.
Yeah.
Get
I
spiffy.
like that. I like that.
What's the name? Debonair.
Debonair.
We did that. We did that last weekend, and that was really, really fun.
Oh, we did. When we went to the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was nice. And then I don't know. I know I wasn't here for the check-in, but I do want to shout out. I went to the Jam 1 on Friday at Aspires, and that was probably the best time that I've had in all year. It's the best time that I had all year. It was
technically you can't say that.
The first jam.
Yeah.
It was the first jam of the year, and they came out the box swinging. That was a really, really nice event by One Jam and Superbones Concepts. And the people were out there. We had a good time, and the sound in there was just sounded so good. And One Jam, with the way that they play, I was like in a trance. I was like, I never realized how transient a music experience could
rhythm
be.
section
but
is
a rhythm
very
section
transient.
really just takes you to another place,
Yeah.
and it was really, really a great time.
You want to know why that's such an interesting that you're saying that, because that's always been the argument for our style of Juve here without the big trucks.
Yeah.
Is that you're technically going to two different events. You're going to one that's full of rhythm, full of bass and vibes and stuff like that you really have to intentionally get into that vibe. It should be only for people who can deal with that type of stuff. When you introduce these big trucks and stuff into it, it turns into a smaller carnival, and now the wrong kinds of people are attending.
We can take on the smaller
the
bands.
craftsmanship after the actual talent of having to play rhythm and to beat steel drums, and it takes away literally the cultural aspect of the Juve by just making it a street party.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember that time that 5 Star did their band launching in the
in the
Brinkley Park Zoo? That was such a good time.
Good.
So I wish we had things like that again. But anyhow, that was a really, really, so shout out to them. I'm looking forward to see what else that they have to bring for the new year, because that was a nice time.
And like you said, we did attend the Ecstasy that was right before the new year, so that was last Friday. Another really great way to bring in or to exit out the old year is by getting very dressed up and going out and having one last spin around the dance floor. So shout out to the whole sound
One Jam
and Super Concepts.
No, for the Ecstasy.
Sounding.
Sound Inc. And Evolution for putting that together and making it do what it do.
It was very, very nice. They put out the pictures from that this week with the winners of the best dress contest. So.
Loved it.
Very
Loved
nice.
It. Let's get into the around the way. The global and national news, and you can go right into entertainment. I tried to clean it up a little bit.
Oh, okay. So Biden bans new offshore oil and gas drilling in most federal waters. What's going on there? Joe Biden's doing a lot of things before he comes out of here.
Joe Biden I don't know why, because come 2 weeks from now, Trump gonna be like, erase it.
Oh my gosh. President Joe Biden is moving to ban new offshore oil and gas drilling in most U.S. coastal waters, a last-minute effort to block possible action by the incoming Trump administration to expand offshore drilling. But like you said, if whatever he does can be undone by Trump, right?
I think so.
I don't think everything can be undone like that.
No.
That easy.
Yeah. Biden, whose term expires in 2 weeks, said he's using authority under the Federal Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act to protect offshore areas along the east and west coast, the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and portions of Alaska's northern Bering Sea for future oil and natural gas leasing. My decision reflects what coastal communities, businesses, and beachgoers have known for a long time, that drilling off these coasts could cause irreversible damage to places we hold dear and is unnecessary to meet our nation's energy needs, Biden said in a statement.
New president said on the day of the one, on day one,
Drill,
which
baby,
is drill, baby, drill.
Yep.
They are going to drill everything that they can find, because this is it ain't nothing for us. It's something to line their pockets for, because I'm pretty sure we ain't gonna see half of the profits from no damn drilling that they doing. But that's what y'all wanted. That's what y'all did. Y'all did it.
It says here that the action came after Trump initially moved to vastly expand offshore drilling before retreating amid widespread opposition in Florida and other coastal states. Trump has vowed to establish what he calls American energy dominance around the world as he seeks to boost U.S. oil and gas drilling and move away from Biden's focus on climate change, because to him, climate change is not real, right?
So we're going to focus on drilling, which is going to cause more foolishness into the climate, but we're going to do away with climate change because Trump believes that the earth is flat.
This is energy dominance.
Well, good luck to y'all, because doesn't
it sound evil? It sounds awful.
Drill, baby, drill. And people heard that. I was like, yeah.
Because they don't know what it means. Because those bunch of one-tooth people don't know what it means.
Wow.
All over the globe is extreme weather circumstances happening, situations happening, but Trump doesn't believe climate change is
because that's the Democrats doing that to the atmosphere. Because if they didn't let all the immigrants in, we would have better air and better climate control. It's the immigrants that are shifting the population
all
status.
The air.
They're breathing the air.
They're drinking all the water.
They are taking all of the air that we have in America. We have to put a stop to the humans entering America.
Bless us, nation.
I know you took this story out, but Biden did give medals of freedom to a few people over the week, including George Soros, Hillary Clinton, and I think Denzel Washington also received a Medal of Freedom. And I heard that there was a lot of pushback.
There was a lot of black people.
You have the.
I'm looking right now.
So it was a few people that received these medals, and I heard that there was a lot of pushback from a lot of Republicans saying that Biden is just giving out the medals all willy nilly.
So what's a Medal of Freedom?
So somebody who has done a lot for the country and has done, President Biden believes great leaders keep the faith, give everyone a fair shot, and put decency above all else. The 19 individuals are great leaders who have made America and the world a better place. They are great leaders because they are good people who have made extraordinary contributions to their country and to their world. People like Bono, Hillary Clinton, Michael J. Fox.
Ain't Bono dead? Isn't Bono dead?
No.
Who's Bono? Like
Bono from U2.
Oh, I was thinking Cher.
Magic Johnson, Ralph Lauren,
yeah. Denzel Washington.
Trying to go through the list. Denzel Washington and Anna Wintour are some of the names that you guys would probably more so recognize. So, good for them.
Oh, and Lionel Messi, the soccer star.
Oh, yes. I saw him get his little award, too. He looks so much older without a soccer uniform on.
I think something. I don't know. But I think he's not being longer.
Who, Biden? Joe Biden?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, me either.
He doesn't
His
look like.
His speech is getting really slow.
I don't know if I hope that he does make it to the end of this presidency. I mean, not this president, but Trump's presidency, just so we can have a leader that makes sense, who knows what's going on, that can maybe even give us some help. But I don't know if he's gonna make it the whole 4 years.
We're gonna play for you.
Play for Joe Biden.
Pray for Joe Biden. Big shout out to my friend.
They said he was one of the 16th or 17th best president. They rated him. Donald Trump is the worst.
Donald Trump said that he is the second worst after Jimmy Carter.
Who, Biden?
Yes.
Oh. Jimmy Carter that just died?
I think he said Jimmy Carter was the worst after Biden.
Oh.
Donald Trump said so.
Either way, he feels like they are the worst people ever.
Why don't Donald Trump just go to hell? I don't understand. Just go to hell.
Because he owned it, that's why.
He's already there. He just comes out to be the president every now and then.
Oh, gosh. A Virginia nurse is arrested after babies in the NICU suffered unexplained injuries. The nurse who worked for the hospital has been charged with malicious wounding and felony child abuse.
I just keep being confused about why the article read that way instead of nurse who hurt babies is now suffering insufferable damages to her whole entire body after the parents have been set free on her ass.
Why nobody didn't just inject her with an air bubble? Like, I don't understand. Things like these can be solved really, really quick. The Virginia hospital first noticed newborns were suffering mysterious injuries in the summer of 2023. Then roughly a month ago, 3 babies in the neonatal intensive care unit experienced inexplainable fractures, according to a statement from the Henrico Doctors Hospital. The hospital grew so concerned that last week it announced that it would stop admitting babies into the NICU until they discovered what was breaking their bones. Now a registered nurse has been arrested and charged with malicious wounding and felony child abuse. Henrico County Police announced Friday that Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman, 26, was arrested in connection with an incident that occurred in November. Police said in a news release they've reopened all of the cases reporting mysteriously injured babies at the hospital from 2023 and 2024. And let me tell you something. Being in the NICU is the hardest thing you will go through in your life for a parent. These babies really don't know what's going on. They just know that they're there. But for a parent, having your child in the NICU is one of the hardest things you ever go through. And
you don't never know if you're gonna get a call.
You don't never know, and you do it because one day it's up, the next day it's down. One day it's up. They called me one day. The baby ain't breathing. He pulled out his breathing tube.
What is this?
Like all kinds of stuff.
What is this?
The NICU is the neonatal intensive care unit where your babies go when they're sick, when they're born. And she was in there breaking the babies.
Go to this report because I'm getting upset. Because look at how she fractured the baby's goddamn foot.
Wait, no, they show it?
It comes to the light, and sometimes you don't necessarily want to know what's what was done.
Dominique Hackey, the father of one of the Henrico doctor's NICU babies found to have broken bones in 2023, concerned that it has taken so long for justice.
I remember her being in the room. She was friendly, she answered questions, but she didn't stay and talk like the other NICU nurses did. She wasn't family like the other NICU nurses were.
He's describing 26-year-old Erin Strotman, the nurse now in jail, charged with felony child neglect and felony malicious wounding, related to a different baby in 2024. Strotman was put on paid administrative leave by the hospital for a year after the 2023 cases of NICU abuse came to light, and then was allowed to return in late 2024. Hackey saying the hospital should be held accountable as well.
Because that shouldn't have happened. If they were suspicious of some person enough to let him go, they shouldn't have brought him back.
Absolutely.
So that's on them. They failed. Simple.
Yeah.
HCA, the network that oversees Henrico Doctors Hospital, issuing this statement, saying in part it is shocked and saddened by this development in the investigation, and that the hospital is focused on continuing to care for its patients. Strotman was just fired from her job on Thursday, Henrico police arresting her that night. Henrico's Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor says the investigation is not over and more charges could come. As
she gotta go.
Yeah, Evans is. I'm fired up as well. That hurts really, really bad. That is awful, and they should have. Somebody needs to break her neck.
Because listen, I'm still confused. Poor Kay, the storyline didn't read, and she has now a fracture in every bone that she could possibly have in her body. Because people like that. These are NICU babies. Yeah. These are they almost didn't even make it. Yeah. Oh. And you are breaking these babies' bodies?
Yeah. This families in here, their son Noah was seemingly making a strong recovery, but in September of 2023, a nurse informed them that Noah had a fractured leg, though the cause remained unclear.
She would have had, boy, I tell you, boy.
I don't know. Big shout out to my friend David, who's tuning in from work in New York.
Shout out, homie.
11 wounded in Queens nightclub shooting in New York.
So this was the big story that happened last week while we were out. So we wanted to just kind of bring that back. Go ahead.
Well, start from the beginning, because that was the last thing that happened that day.
That was the first. What happened?
We started
the Cybertruck.
Oh, the Cybertruck.
Yeah. No. The first thing was the
people running down people.
The New Orleans. So that's under there too, that last one. New Orleans terror attack.
Okay, so the New Orleans terror attack. Should we go to that one first?
Yeah, let's go to that one.
So the New Orleans terror attack, what we know about it. So that was so scary, the video to watch. President Biden is visiting New Orleans on Monday to grieve with the families of the Bourbon Street terrorist attack. All 14 victims have been identified in the ISIS-inspired truck attack that injured at least 35 more people. Mayor LaToya Cantrell said she and Governor Jeffrey Landry are scheduled to talk with the president after security efforts in the city. She's requested a tactical expert to visit the city this week and to review the security plans for Mardi Gras and the Super Bowl. The city also has requested to increase the security threat level this year for Carnival. Doing so would qualify New Orleans to get extensive federal support.
So what, can you go back and tell us, for the people that don't know, what did actually happen in this? What happened?
So, what did you say? You have the story?
I do have the story.
Okay, go ahead.
I do.
So go, we're going to go to the clip.
Here goes the report on the New Orleans.
Investigation into the New Year's attack in New Orleans. It's not only uncovering evidence of what investigators believe happened, but it's also casting a spotlight on why some preventative measures apparently just didn't happen.
So we want to show you some new surveillance video from inside a restaurant on Bourbon Street. It shows just how close that truck came to hitting revelers just outside the front door.
Meantime, the city council says it'll seek out its own answers into what one member is calling troubling revelations surrounding the deadly attack. Lee Waldman reports from New Orleans.
This was a cascading series of failures.
New Orleans City Council member J.P. Morrell is demanding answers into why more wasn't done to prevent the deadly truck attack on New Year's Day.
During the FBI briefing yesterday, it was made public that this individual posted on social media well before the attack that he intended to do something and that this was not flagged.
Equally concerning, he says, the lack of use of the city's protective bollards. A 2019 security report raised the alarm about the safety structure's vulnerabilities. And city leaders said this week that the bollards were in the process of being replaced, which is why they weren't activated on the morning of the attack. Now the city council's launching its own investigation.
It's troubling that with the Super Bowl being awarded to the city, that this was not prioritized immediately to get done. We're getting to the bottom of what happened, because right now there was a problem.
The police chief confirmed that wedges and archer barriers were in place for Sugar Bowl crowds on Thursday.
Even if it did malfunction, we have all of this extra protection. But we have raised it. We have what we call the archers for the sidewalk protection.
Archers that remain in place today, but weren't there on New Year's Day when the truck's driver veered around a police car and drove onto the sidewalk. All factors spurring the council's new fact-finding mission.
Obviously, what was done to address this problem before this attack was beyond insufficient, and we're going to find the answers to those questions.
In New Orleans, I'm Lee Waldman.
That's just crazy.
They have video of him like out there scoping out the area like days before, and they have video from the Airbnb that he was staying at from the door cam with him loading up the truck, because I think that he had went and placed explosives in coolers all around Bourbon Street before he went out there and did all that.
They said that he was influenced by ISIS.
Yeah,
he was influenced by ISIS, and that originally he was going to go kill his family.
Yeah,
but he decided that killing his family wasn't going to send a big enough message, so he decided to leave his family alone and go kill a lot of other people, because I'm not sure what is the point of ISIS. Like, what is their problem?
I don't know. They're just radical.
What?
Crazy people.
For what? Like, what do we do to them that they are so upset?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Oh, drop that voice.
Let's see if Chief is listening. If Chief is listening. Chief, can you let us know?
He's there.
He's there.
ISIS, Wagwan with them.
What is ISIS' problem?
Evan says he doesn't believe this story. He says because global warming, that's why ISIS is mad, because of global warming. Oh, I don't know.
It might be.
Evans, what you got? Like two keyboards in front of you all the time?
Seriously,
we need to give you a job.
Seriously. So that was the New Orleans attack, but then of course we had the cyber truck that went and parked in front of the Trump,
which was another
hotel.
Soldier of some type, because this New Orleans guy was a military guy.
Yeah.
Insurance Bay.
Yeah.
Was a military guy.
Yeah.
The Cybertruck dude was a military guy.
A Trump supporter, too.
And a Trump supporter.
Was
he a Trump supporter?
I thought he was anti-Trump. That's why he went and blew it up in front of the Trump Tower.
Yeah, I think he was anti-Trump. I think he wanted America to wake up and stop being so selfish.
Yeah, but what was the story behind that? Because they said that the body had a bullet in the head when they found it. He had
killed himself, and then there was a picture of something on the dashboard that he had just bought. Like, it's a very crazy story.
And they found all kind of guns out at his foot and all kinds of things.
Gun in his foot.
He had a. There was.
Oh, the holster.
He shot himself.
No, he had a few guns like on the feet.
Oh, just in case the truck didn't blow up, he's gonna come out and start shooting.
I have no idea. I don't know what the.
He left a note.
Yes, a note.
Where was the note? It didn't get burnt up because they said the body was burnt beyond recognition.
A highly decorated Army soldier who fatally shot himself in a Tesla Cybertruck just before it blew up outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas left note saying the New Year's Day explosion was a stunt to serve as a wake-up call for the country's investigators. He was 37-year-old. He was a Green Beret from Colorado Springs.
He looks 62.
He wrote in notes he left on his cell phone that he needed to cleanse his mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I've took. This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than to stunt with fireworks and explosives?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you could have done that in your driveway.
Yeah. I mean, he did it in front of the Trump Tower. But
in a Cybertruck by Elon Musk. So, it seems like a message to me that this is not a good thing.
Like the day before, right?
You can rent a Cybertruck?
Yeah, he did. It was a rental.
Chief did come back. He said, "Good morning, Spark FM. Some of their followers, they talking about ISIS. Some of their followers are influenced by media propaganda online."
But what is their actual mission? What is the mission of ISIS? Like, what does ISIS want? They want negotiation. They want billions of dollars.
Well, they just want to F-ish because that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, like there's no rhyme. I'm just angry. Let's gather together and be angry together and blow shit up. Why are you doing that?
I don't know. And then, of course, the last thing that happened was this 11 wounded in Queens at the nightclub in the shooting in New York, and that's just a video. So
what happened in that? Do we know? Is Amazura is a very Do they do other
Amazura?
Yeah.
Amazura,
do they do other type of events?
Yeah, so Amazura apparently it has other function halls, and this happened in a 90-person capacity function hall.
Oh, so it wasn't big Amazura that could fit like 10,000.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, what dance hall event did they have there that was crazy?
Caribbean event. Period.
Yeah.
Like what?
Police are searching for 4 suspects after they opened fire. I think they found. Did they find? I don't know.
And they opened fire outside the line.
Into a crowd of 15 people standing outside in an event space in Jamaica, Queens. 10 teenagers were hurt. Teenagers were hurt in the shooting, which happened just after 11:15 p.m. on New Year's Day outside the Amazura Concert Hall on 144th Place. Last night in Queens, a memorial for a teen lost to gun violence turned to horror. Oh, it was a memorial?
So did they have nothing to do with the club?
No, they were going to a memorial for a teen who lost their life to gun violence, and it turned to horror when gunmen opened fire on the crowd, including several young people who are now hospitalized. This cannot be our normal. We are working with authorities to bring the perpetrators to justice. Police said about 90 people were inside the address for a private event. Police sources told CBS News New York that they were attending a vigil for 16-year-old Terrion Mungu, who was shot and killed last October. Sources said his mother booked the hall for what would have been his birthday. While the concert hall called it an isolated incident, police sources said officers have been called to the location for previous incidents. Sources also said the shooting appears to be gang-related. That's effed up. You go to memorialize your child who got killed in gun violence only to be met with a legion of guns and
Some
violence.
people are just bad brutes. Do you remember the time that they shot up the funeral over here at Morningstar?
Do I remember that? I don't remember that.
I'll say this.
Yeah, they did that.
This is a touchy subject because this is New York now, and we're living in a society where these young folks are doing the most just out of spite. Mm-hmm. And to do a birthday party for a young man that's no longer here, they're coming to that. That's culture now. Unfortunately, it's not here.
No, you're right. Because
in Boston, but like Cali.
No,
and New York.
even here in Boston, and not to this capacity, but the young man that got killed in the barbershop.
They destroyed.
They destroyed, and they were like attacking his mother online every time she posted something about him and all kinds of stuff. So these kids are wild.
Yeah.
It's the damn drill music. Trump got to ban that.
Not Trump.
Trump got to ban. Do you want to play this news story or what's going on here?
Yes,
that's the Amazura?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just a background.
Oh, okay. So that was that, and then I guess that's pretty much the national news. We can roll right into the entertainment. Ja Rule mocks 50 Cent after Vegas residency called worst ever. When did 50 Cent have a Vegas residency?
I don't know. And why doesn't Ja Rule understand that 50 Cent is not the person you want to go back and forth with? Because Ja Rule, you don't have that type of spirit within yourself to be able to do that.
Ain't y'all both 60?
Years old.
Go sit down and smoke a cigar or something. What is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
It doesn't matter how little it was. 50 still got the bag.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's true. Ja Rule and 50 Cent's long-running feud refuses to fizzle out, with the former Murder Inc. rapper relishing his old foe's Las Vegas residency receiving a particularly harsh review. A video from popular Sin City influencer Vegas Starfish went viral this week and finds her trashing 50's ongoing residency, describing it as possibly the worst show that's ever come to Vegas.
Okay. What was worst show about it? Because we definitely went to a 50 Cent show, and that was so lit.
It was so good.
We missed half of it, but it was
we caught all of him.
We caught all of him.
Yeah,
Miss Busta Rhymes.
We missed most of Busta Rhymes, but yeah, it was really good. In the minute-long clip, which features footage of one of 50 Cent's performances, Starfish criticizes the rapper for his production and sound quality, seemingly robotic stage movements, and overbearing hype men. I've seen 50 Cent perform in warehouses in Memphis, Tennessee, where I'm from decades ago, and it was pure magic. His limited time residency in Las Vegas was the opposite of that, she wrote on Instagram.
Ja Rule, until you can do a better residency, you just got to stay out of it.
Right, and who's going to give Ja Rule a residency for what?
Way you walk, the way you talk, the way you walk.
He can't get a residency by himself. He got to get a residency with somebody.
Ja Rule got classics.
He got classics.
He classics with everybody else, though. He going to have J-Lo there. He going to have Ashanti there. All of the people. He can't do it by himself.
Even if he can, do it first before you start talking about somebody else's residency, because you weren't offered one in the first place. Like, you didn't get an opportunity. Yeah. You gotta
It's murder.
Well, 50, of course, hit back. So 50 Cent has hit back at critics of his Las Vegas residency, saying he puts on a different type of show to the likes of Usher and Chris Brown. When the G-Unit boss has faced some negative reviews of his 6-show stint in Sin City, it was proven to be a popular destination for tourists and residents alike, and earned him a reported $15 million.
I ain't mad. Say it suck if you want to, but
during the final date of his residency at PH Live, venue inside of the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, they got a good little buffet in there too, nice. 50 addressed some of the criticism aimed in his direction. They said the audio was bad, he said with a smirk. I said, B, you were supposed to say some ish like 50 be doing his ish. Waves hand in the air repetitively. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't say the music was bad. F all that, man.
Right.
Yes. That's
they made it sound like it was a bad performance. It was a bad, overall bad show, but it sounds like it was bad production.
What you thought I was gonna be out here rollerblading like Usher? I seen some ish. Chris Brown was flying in Africa. I don't have records that require me to fly in Africa.
But it's true.
I love it. Oh, that's a nice sweatshirt.
It's true though. Like, what you want me to do? I'm a rapper that sings about lollipop. You want me to bring a big ass lollipop off? Lick it?
Let me see. Let's see what it looked like inside there. It was probably
they
good,
need
though.
to do a versus type of residency. They should do a versus type of residency. Maybe people come up. This is the residency. It looks fun to me already.
They got like a 5-day, 4-day residency. But come on now, you and it's Vegas. Half the people are intoxicated. They don't even know what's going on, and it's New Year's Eve. Who cares
was I
about
frozen,
it?
or was I just? I was.
That's nice. Oh wow.
Can I get a G-Unit?
G-Unit. Hey, that's not Chubby Chub. Who the hell is he?
It looks like 50 Cent DJ for
I know. That's what that Tristan. G-Unit. I'm there. I'm having a good time already, and I just saw that part. I just want him to say G-Unit. That's fine.
Tashad said that she would be willing to go back to another concert if 50's people get in contact with her. He ain't reaching out to you. Who is you? So weird. I forgot to mention that Thursday is a National Day of Mourning for Jimmy Carter. So it's going to be a national
President Jimmy Carter.
President Jimmy Carter, who died. So the flags will be at half staff at all federal buildings, and I think some places are going to be closed and all of that going on. So you can look that up yourself. Golden Globe Awards was last night. Skip Bayless has been accused of sexual misconduct.
Yeah. And Megan Thee Stallion is now dating another Tory.
You smell super fresh.
Megan Thee Stallion is dating another Tory, and come out over the weekend that he had a little.
She's dating a basketball player named Tory something.
Tory Hunt.
That could have meant so many different things.
Tory Craig she's dating, and they popped out with a picture over the New Year, and now some side girl is coming out saying that he be tricking on her up until like December 25th and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it led to a bigger conversation of side pieces ain't the same that they used to be, so y'all gotta be careful out here.
Side pieces want people to know that they a side piece, and I don't understand that.
You gonna give up on a basketball player who's tricking on you just to be online getting clout, which is crazy because it would have never been me. Y'all would have never known that Tory Craig is funding this radio station, okay? Y'all would have never known.
You messing up your own bag. Now you can't get flued out.
Y'all would have been like, damn, how you get all that stuff? Work hard, girl. Tori.
Work hard.
Tori. Oh, I saw you with Megan. Can I get $5,000 because y'all money got to combine now?
If you don't give me money, I'ma tell.
I'ma tell on you.
But you don't tell before you get the money.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, no.
So weird.
Yeah, that you are the weakest link. You are the weakest sneaky link. You got to go.
Yeah.
You got to go. Back in my day, that you didn't even know that a man had a whole nother family with grown kids in college and CEOs of places because you just mind your business, got what you got, and shut up. These days, y'all want too much, and I blame social media.
Right,
The side piece game is trash.
Everybody want to be a Betty.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
And then Master P and the New Orleans mayor have reopened Bourbon Street after the attack. They did a thing, and Master P came out. Why Lil Wayne didn't go do that?
Can I say something?
Yes.
On New Year's Eve, I was with my neighbors, and we was talking about being on Bourbon Street on New Year's Eve, and wake up the next day and saw that they blew it up.
Bourbon Street is an amazing place to be. I can't wait to be back there.
We got to be safe, people.
They got barriers up, so I'll go now.
Send a reminder to the people to be vigilant when you go out to public places.
Public places this year, guys.
4th of July. Any, it doesn't matter where you go. Just make sure that you pay attention, and we should probably establish some kind of emergency something with your family.
Yeah,
this is what I said. I don't be outside in those large American events.
Good morning from the Cayman Islands, the beautiful Cayman Islands, from my tia Yolanda.
Hola, tia Yolanda. How you do?
Good morning and love to the family.
Good morning and loving to the family.
And thank you for everybody who joined in, came in this morning and rocked with us and hung out with us today. You guys are the reason why we do
the
this.
reason for the season.
Yes.
With that said, the best damn midday show is up next. This is
How many years is the morning show on? Is this
3.
4th? 3?
Yep. Yep.
We doing it.
We doing it well. With that said, people, we'll see you guys very, very shortly tomorrow. Not very shortly. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Yes.
I was saying mad words.
Bobby Steels is in the building. He's up next, y'all. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM.
Yes, sir. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music.
Radio.
Spark FM.